Yo, y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Big Vern. Anytime you see the ladies singing and the slow beat bringing, it's Big Vern in the booth doing this thinging. Ha ha! Saturday show. We got runners, marathoners today. High today is going to be 50. Well, high today is going to be 68, 53 right now currently. So if you're running in the marathon, put your headphones in and listen to me. I was in good hands for an hour. Earlier in the show, we talked about Shedeur Sanders. We're on day 3, round 4, and still no Shedeur. What's going on with the NFL draft? We dive into the teams that need a quarterback and his skill set and where he's best fit for growth in the National Football League. From there, we pivoted to the association. The Atlanta Hawks, they have a Trae Young problem. If they don't get him to sign an extension or they don't find a trade partner, Trae Young could walk out of Atlanta and they would get no compensation for him at all. That's disastrous. Find out what we think. Then we talk to Mr. Willard. He's actually Kevin Willard, the head coach of Villanova. He's got a big problem. As soon as he was announced he was going to be the head coach, 8 kids hit the transfer portal. So, yeah. And of the 8, 2 of them, they didn't have any more eligibility, and the other 2 kids were all of the firepower. So he's got to reload, and he's got to reload fast. Then we talk some Minnesota Timberwolves, the T-Wolves. They beat up and punk out the Lakers and dominate them in 3 straight quarters of basketball to go up 2-1 in that series. Find out what we think on that. And finally, that's going to bring us to Chris Eubank and Connor Benn tonight on DAZN, or this afternoon, depending on where in the country or in this world you're listening to me at. Here in the United States, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. You'll go ahead and get my final predictions on that, and we'll get into that as soon as we come back from a quick rap album. Give me a beat. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It's your boy Big Bird coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios. We pushing another rap album this month. Ray Vaughn, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is The Dollar Menu, 3 p.m. at Derry's, East Chat, Clown Dance, Janky and Compass, featuring Samara Sin and Sydney Leona, and Miles Away from Heaven. Ray Vaughn, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu, in stores now. Yo, shout out to Ray Vaughn. Shout out to Top Dog Entertainment, Top Dog record label. That's the same people that bought you Kendrick Lamar and Reasons. This is another good album. Put you in the mind frame of Good Kid, Mad City. So make sure you check that out. My final fight predictions. I got Chris Eubank Jr. winning this match. Too much reach. He's got too much experience. He's already missed weight. He's going to come in comfortable. He'll probably be, because he's got the weigh in this morning at 170 pounds. He'll probably rehydrate, because that's the rehydration they gave him, was that he had to get down to 160, but then he also had to rehydrate and couldn't be above 170 pounds. However, I think he's going to come into this fight 177, 178 pounds, his face filled out. His face isn't sunk in, so I don't think that's any advantages he's going to have right then and there. I've got Eubank to win as well, because he's got a 72.5-inch arm reach. Connor Benn has a 68-inch arm reach. So Connor Benn has to rough him up and make this an ugly fight and fight on the inside. I haven't seen that from Connor Benn lately. And what I mean by that is that these 2 individuals haven't fought in 3 years. And Connor Benn hasn't fought at 147 in 3 years. The last fight he had was at 154 pounds. And for all of that knockout and explosiveness he displayed at 147, he didn't show any of that in that fight. He didn't show any of that in that fight. And so when I got to looking at that, I was like, you can always carry your power up, but you can never you can always carry power down, but you can't carry it up. So going with that old mantra, I still stand behind Chris Eubank Jr. to win this fight. Now, I could be wrong. Like I said, it's just me being a fight fan. I've got no dog in the fight either way. I'm just a fight fan who wants to see a good fight out of both of these guys. So, it is what it is. Again, I didn't see Connor do all of this against Peter Dobson. And a lot of people don't even know who Peter Dobson is. But go back and look at their fight. I mean, it was very underwhelming. And the reason that he had to fight in America, and it did look underwhelming, is that he was accused of having steroids and being on PEDs when he fought. So he couldn't fight in England. That's why he fought in Vegas. And he tried to build a United States kind of, portfolio, but nothing actually materialized from there. Another reason that I have Chris Eubank Jr. winning this fight is that Connor has to cut the ring off. I haven't seen him do that in any of his fights. Chris Eubank has an arm reach advantage over him at 72.5-inch arm reach. So he's got Jonathan Banks as a trainer. Him and Jonathan Banks have been together for a year. Jonathan Banks has also trained guys like Badu Jack, Vladimir Klitschko, and Gennady Golovkin. All of those guys are jab-friendly fighters. And so having the range, working off the jab, pivoting, getting in and out of traffic, and then also he's able to go ahead and exploit some things because Connor likes to go into a high guard. If Eubank can throw looping hooks to get around that guard and still keep that jab in his face to confuse him at times and then throw the uppercut, this could be a long night. Now, I expect Connor Benn to come out for the first 4 or 5 rounds just swinging for the fences. I think Eubank needs to do really well, weather that storm. If he's going to go ahead and take that kind of aggression, I think Eubank needs to go to the body early and often. If he's able to stab him to the body and then make Connor reset his feet, and then when Connor goes to engage, he's able to move, he can make this a very difficult night for Connor. And then does Connor stay focused when the fight isn't going like he planned? Does Connor stay focused if you have Eubank Jr. dictating the pace of this fight? Because, again, they have weight classes for a reason. If Connor isn't used to moving with all of this weight on him, if he gets caught up in deep waters, this thing could actually get ugly for him. Again, I'm hoping for a great fight between these two. I'm all keyed up. I'm all ready to watch it. The fight takes place on DAZN. So if you got DAZN, go and get your DAZN subscription. If you don't got DAZN, you need to go get your subscription. But if you do have DAZN, the fight is going to be on. And the best thing about DAZN, you can actually rewatch the fights. So you'll get my initial reaction, and then you will get you'll get my post-fight analysis of everything that I said would be true. And then we'll go from there. So for me, I've got Eubank Jr. winning this fight. It's going to be competitive. I got it on the cards. I think he's going to win by split decision. That's my first thought, and I'm going to go ahead and stay with that. I'm not going to predict a knockout for either one of these guys. They don't fight enough to get a knockout, so the inactivity is going to be key here. So, dun, 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 dun. Well, that's the show. Thank you all for joining us. We had a great time. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button and share the content. This is Big Vern, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.